how to appease all the peoples with my video description. Well, my videos, my movie descriptions. These are my movie notes on Pride, a 2007 film. 6 April 2024 viewing. I'm filming this Saturday, 8 April 2024. I'm Tanis Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle. And this is a movie that came out when I was in high school. And did not watch at the time because there were a lot of movies and stuff about poor people. And they'd be like, it's like 8 Mile. Or we had some like kind of, you know, snobby white people on the team who liked to say things were kind of like worse than it actually was. And this movie, Pride, came out and nobody talked about it. And I was like, watch this be the one that's actually semi-relevant for us. I was like, and if that turns out to be true, maybe it'll come back around in my life. Anyway, our city pool has actually been torn down, like entirely, and like removed, and the ground flattened and stuff. So we don't even have a pool anymore. But my city of Shoreline, technically. And so this is what I came up with for my description, trying to be as non-triggering and apolitical, meaning non-political, as possible. It is a biographical film about a man who undergoes personal growth as he makes the sport of pool swimming more accessible to a community relatively lacking in cutting-edge sport-specific resources. Okay. Relatively here being the word, because you know sometimes the pool and swimming and being a swimmer, sometimes the pools that are not cutting edge feel the most like home. Okay, so like relatively cutting edge sport specific resources, it doesn't mean it's bad, it's just not like the stereotypical definition of cutting edge. Okay, and so this is one of those movies that I would classify under the, it's based on a real story. There are movies that are difficult to watch because of how the main character, in this case a real person, starts out. And so for me, I would actually say that perhaps the most important aspect of this movie purely in terms of viewing the movie is the internal growth or transformation or personal growth, however one wants to phrase it. I've used internal transformation in reference to myself and my mental health on this channel before. YouTube channel, Tanis Leonhardi. It was necessary for this movie and viewing, and I would, there's just like, it's non-unique to this person. I've been in phases of my life where I've just been like, I really hate myself that much, and just like, I need to change and transform and like stuff. So it's not about who he is, it's about being human, and humans need to mature and grow sometimes. And this is a character that undergoes that, and so the movie documents that. So for me, that was a feature of this movie that really mattered. Okay, and especially, I think my current living situation, in a decline in salary, kind of a socioeconomic setting, like there's a growth component that goes with that. This person underwent that change in this movie, the kind of readjustment to socioeconomic settings, and especially if one's in an environment where others can do more, but with one's own resources they cannot do the more. And then in this case it was pool swimming. Of my befriending playlists, So here's the jacket. So I got it from the King County Library System. I'm gonna rotate the disc to upright. With my befriending playlist, I only have, so in this one, socioeconomic class, also kind of related to race/ethnicity. And so a line for where this was held, like, setting, there's the word. Setting of the story, real life events. Yeah. And so of my befriending playlists, I have 2 people whose race/ethnicity may approximate the race/ethnicity of the main character. One of them is indoor and outdoor track and field. I don't know if he does cross country. I don't think so. He's a sprinter. But not that the person can't do cross country sprinting. 20-meter dash in the gravel between the sycamore trees. And then I have one person who's a swimmer. So this would go into the befriending Shane Cassis playlist if I wanted to give it to somebody to protect, to defend. So if I put something in their playlist, they get to defend it if they want to defend it. I personally, where's all of this going? Where are we at? Personally, I was pissed when this movie came out and nobody brought it up at the 2008 Summer Olympic Games. Okay, this was one of those movies where, in terms of, let's go, I've already done that, so let's do something different, where there should have been a follow-through in the corresponding sporting coverage that did not happen, and I might term racism. And I didn't like a lot of the stuff that the mainstream really big deal swimmers liked. I was not necessarily so good, so I was like, I don't really know if I should even watch the movie, but I was like watching stuff leading up to the 2008 Summer Olympic Games, and like the 2008 Summer Olympic Games, and I was like, why did nobody actually bring up the movie? That was like the only thing I was excited about at the 2008 Summer Olympic Games in regards to swimming, right? Because this movie came out the year in advance. The people for the team weren't even like, they hadn't even qualified for the team yet or anything like that. And I was like, the only thing I know about the 2008 Summer Olympic Games is pride is up. And nobody brought it up. And I just remember being so depressed. I was like, why can't people on the Olympic team tell me whether I should watch this movie or not? Which, like, maybe that's privileged. Like, but, like, they were white people. And, like, on the team. And I was like, you all should have your medals stripped, you assholes. That's how I felt. I felt really pissed off, okay? Like, I was like, it's for real, though. Like, you can't even address them, make one biographical swimming movie, and you can't even bring it up at the freaking Olympic Games. Just get a copy and carry it on the podium with you and be like, look, I might be a racist white person, but at least I brought the movie and I recommend watching the movie. You know, like, why didn't anybody do that? Then, what is it? Shaquille and Shaquem Griffin, they carried their book to some award, what, the Inseparable one that I have somewhere in a bin. Like, they did that. They took the book to the awards show and promoted their own book. It's like, why couldn't the white people support the non-white people? I was seriously miffed. And I was like, for that reason, with the American swimmers, so I was like, seriously, nobody can provide me not a single person can say whether this is a good movie or whether to watch this movie. You all deserve to be stripped, you Ku Klux Klan freaking white supremacists. And I think over 15 years later, I'm still mad. But not like I was at the time. Because I was like really depressed about a lot of the stuff that happened and stuff, and I was just like, seriously, swimmers, not a single one of you. Embarrassed. I understand that I'm part white, but that doesn't mean I like all white people. Okay, it was not a pristine example of what white swimmers do. Okay, much less in the United States of America. The 2008 Summer Olympic Games. Strip them of all their results. There we go. I support that. If they're my soulmate and or soulmates and they competed, they support my conclusion as well. They volunteer as tribute to the movie that they should have promoted and did not, and pissed me off about that part. So that's my movie notes on Pride 2007 film, 6 April 2024 view.